Path of Radiance. I am picking up where I left off playing the other day, very close to the end of this particular battle, and died, and I'd been streaming for a while, so we're going to pick up today. So everybody should be ready to go, but I just want to take a quick look, make sure. And yeah, that's how everything was when I wanted it. So we're going to go ahead and start. So okay. So I had gotten close over into this area and one of my characters died, and I can't have that. So we're gonna start over again, basically do the same thing we did and hopefully succeed this time. This was kind of a tough battle. I'm gonna put a Kieran up here. And right now we're just trying to get everybody out of this corner, double checking what people have equipped. Want to get our thieves up out of the way, or out of the way, closer to where everything is, because they need to be able to open these doors and get to what's involved. What's in those chests. So, just like I said, continue moving everybody over so we can get to that next part. Just takes a few minutes, and then once we get everybody over there and around the corner, then the actual like real game will begin. But until then, we do this. Okay. Their turn. And this is what we should expect. Okay, now we have Ike. Bring him up here. It's as far as he can go. Okay. Leveled up. That's good. And we're gonna get Soth over here so he can open this door. You can see we have 2 chests in there, so we're also going to move Bulk over here. I would normally shove him, but I want to put Kieran up there. And of course he missed. And he missed too, so, you know. Hey, we got some points. Points are always good. I'm going to bring Kieran back out. So I can put Oscar up here. Let him take him out, hopefully. Here we go. And I can't really move him out of the way at this moment, so he's just going to have to wait his turn out there. I'm going to move Maureen over here. Get rid of that guy. And we have Stefan. I'm gonna move Stefan over here. Okay. And now my goal is to put people up here that can block this area. And then get these guys always, they're perpetually behind. Their movement just isn't that great. And then we should have just Titania left, and her job is going to do what I tried to do yesterday, and it did do successfully until I got to the other part, is to put her over here basically as a blocker to fend off these guys while the rest of the team moves around to the right so I can gather all the treasures that are in this map before we get over to the boss. And I'll do it right this time, hopefully not screw it up like I did the last time. Okay. Come on, Kieran, do something useful for a change. Nope. But he is leveling up, so take it. Okay. So what I did the last time was I took Shinon up around that way with her. It's not really necessary. I'm gonna bring him here and let him attack this guy. I'm gonna see if I can get Soren up here. Yeah, that's as far as he can go. Let him get some points. Okay. So now, I'm going to take our two thieves back up. He's going to open a chest and get what's inside, which is a stiletto. And then we're going to bring him up, and he's going to open the other one. I hit the right button. And we got a parody, which we'll see back at camp after this is over. Oscar has not taken any hits, so we're going to move Oscar up to the front of the fray. One thing I haven't done that I did yesterday was I marked these guys off first, and then later as we progress through the map I'll mark off this guy because he has the sleep staff, and that puts everybody to sleep for 5 turns, and notice he has 3 uses on that, so that's 3 people that he can put to sleep. Alright, so Kieran did take some hits. I can't quite get to him. Ike, we want up here. He's taken a couple hits, but nothing bad. Maureen is also going to come up with these guys. Again, a couple hits. Nothing of major worry. Alright, so now I can only get him to here. So I'm going to bring Kieran down and wait. Bring him up. And he's going to heal his 10 points. Okay. And we've got Boyd. Just gonna move Boyd around the corner here as far as he can go. And then Zahar. I'm gonna keep Zahar here just for a moment. Who am I missing? Titania. Of course it's Titania. Why would it not be Titania? So she's taking out the archer. And she's leveling up again, which is always nice. Gotta love having a nice level up. And that lance broke, which is not a big deal. That's why we carry extra weapons. She does have another one in the inventory. So we're going to wait and see what this guy does. Does he attack her? Yes, he does. Now, sometimes they will go across the map and try to attack other people. You just never know. So that was good. And then all these other guys are going to move forward towards my people. Alright, so now we move everybody forward again as far as we can. Let Ike attack. And that guy misses. And Ike takes him out. Yay. Alright, and then we come to Oscar. Let's see. He can't quite get there. I'm gonna rescue Soren. I'm gonna come up here and wait. And then I'm gonna have Oscar take Soren and drop him. And then he's gonna wait next to Ike, blocking that space. Maureen I'm gonna put up here, and he can wait. And it's just constantly this particular map, because of the shape of it, moving everybody around. I'm gonna put him here, and we're gonna shove him. And then we're gonna let him go here. Notice I didn't mark these people. They're still good. And get Reese up here. And we're gonna have Zahar block the way. Excuse me. And then we're gonna have our thieves come out and make their way following everybody else. That leaves Titania. So she's gonna come up. She's gonna take out this guy. And it's one less person to worry about. He can't cast magic, and he can't heal them either, so that's helpful. So I'm gonna move her over to here. They can't hit her from there, so she's still blocking the path. And okay, so we're back to my turn. And like I said, he needs a little bit of healing, he needs a little bit of healing. So we're gonna take Soren up. He's going to heal Maureen first, since Maureen's farthest ahead. Yay for XP. And we're gonna see how far we can get him, which isn't super far. So I'm kind of going to do the same thing. Oh, I can't do it yet. I got to move some of these people. Alright. So, Ike is okay for right now. I'm going to move him to here. He's going to wait. Maureen is going to come forward, and he's going to wait. Now, normally I'd worry about blocking this spot, but nobody can come here but her. So I'm not worrying about that right now. Giggles, I'll go ahead and mark these three guys. And Kieran. Oh, I still didn't do it. Dang it. Alright. Boyd is here. Stepping as far as he can go. So we've got him there. Now Kieran is going to rescue him. He's going to finish out his movement and wait. Then Oscar's gonna come over here and he's going to take him. And he's gonna drop him. So he is up closer to the rest of the group. And then he is going to come up here. And wait. Now we've got Shinon. And we move our thieves up. And then we have Volk, who is basically being the rear guard for when the reinforcements come in. And that should be Titania. Alright. So Titania, I'm gonna move her over here. Yeah, Silver Lance. I'm gonna attack this guy. And he's gonna try to use a spell. And we'll see what kind of spell he used. And he hit her with some electricity. And just General Kasatai. I can never say his name right. He's gonna attack Ike. And Ike handily takes him out. And Ike levels up. Not a great level up, but... Okay. Alright, they've reinforced from the top and from the bottom. So we're going to check his status. Now notice he is asleep. I think yesterday... Pardon me. I think I got to him before he had had the opportunity to put anyone to sleep. So I'm going to take care of him right now. And now we don't need to worry about him. And put Titania back where we had her. She could use some healing, but not too bad. So he's just going to stand here and just take a little nap. While everybody's doing their thing. Heal Ike. Alright, and then Ike is going to come forward as far as he can. And wait. We're going to get him over here and let him open the door. You can see there's one guy in here. I'm going to let Kieran attempt this, see if he can do anything. Okay. So he did hit him. He just didn't hit him for a ton. Let Stefan go. Takes out one of those guys. And... gotta love that special move. Okay. Void is also leveling up. Alright, and now normally I would take Morim up here, but we've got Titania, we've got Ike, he's frozen, and he can move a pretty good distance, so I'm going to bring him back here and let him do this. Okay, move my other thief over here. Yeah, and I don't have a restore, but I can heal him on the off chance that he takes some hits when he's just standing there waiting to wake up. And the last one is Sheenon. Okay. And now it's the enemy turn. Of course, he's going to keep throwing magic at Titania. Alright, so moved Ike up, he's took that guy out. Let Soth come in here. He's gonna open that chest. Got an energy drop. We'll see that back at the convoy later. And move him towards the next door. Let's see. He needs to move forward because he needs to get healed. So put him as far forward as I can. And then I'm going to let Soren come up here and heal him. Okay, now we've just got this one guy here. And then these guys presumably are going to come up this direction. Alright, so that one is taken care of. I'm gonna move Boyd up here, get him closer to the rest of the group. And the same thing with Reese. And Kieran, I'm going to leave back here. So we have 3 people to deal with those guys once that comes around. And that leaves us with Titania. I'm going to move her over here so she's right next to him before her next turn to get healed. And here they come. Take him a couple of turns to get up there. Let's get him out of here. Okay, we're going to move some other people first, then he can get the full distance that he has available. There's no one in that room. Move Soren. He's healed, he's good. He's gonna heal Titania. These guys are all pretty good. I'm gonna bring Mareem up. It's going to smite Boyd, move him forward a couple spots. Gonna move him forward, but just enough that he can still heal Mareem. Otherwise, normally I would have moved him farther. And Sheenon. So he can get up to here. And our other thief now can make his maximum amount of space. Can't move him. These guys, again, are just going to be sitting here waiting. And then we've got these guys now. He's the one we're worried about the most, or I'm worried about the most. And actually, I'm going to take these guys off for a moment. You know, so depending on where he moves, he can hit people outside of here. If you saw me play before, you know, he did put those people to sleep. And unfortunately, because he's within these walls, right now I have no way to get to him. I don't have a person who has a spell that can do that. Well, I have one. I don't have them in this battle right now. Maybe I should have brought her, but I didn't. So now I just have to be very mindful of where he's positioned. Without a doubt, 3 people are going to be asleep. And it's going to be a matter of who those 3 people are. At the time. And I'm going to try this. And he missed. Okay, so that guy's gone. And he has still got 2 more turns before he can move. Ike can move. I'm only going to move him to here until I get everybody else caught up. And let these guys move around. Hopefully do some damage to them while we're waiting. Alright, so there's 2 of the magic users that were in the way that are gone. These guys are now in range to actually do something with or whatnot. There he is. He was hiding. I'm gonna move him up there. He's gonna wait for that chest, and we're gonna move him down towards this one. And we're gonna move Ike towards this one. And since he took them out, I'm gonna put Boyd over here. He's still got his bow equipped. Titania, there's no reason for her to be over here. She's gonna wait over here too. Now, where's the guy? Not him. Oh, it was this guy. This is the guy who killed Sheenon the last time, so I do want to watch out for him. Just as a side note, to make sure that I can take care of him before I put too many people where he can get to them. Checking everybody's health really quick. He's only down like a point. He's good. Reem is fine, so he can come down where everybody else is. Now, normally, I probably would have used Smite or something there, but I'm trying to carefully position my people, so hopefully they don't get put to sleep. He's stuck. These guys. We got short axe, steel axe, and a steel axe. Let these guys fight. Okay. Okay. I was hoping he'd take him out, but we'll do this. That's why I gave him his hand axe, just in case. And on the next turn, I'm sure that guy will come up and attack. And then we'll deal with that. And he tries to attack Ike and misses. Oh, that is my alarm going off, and he attacks Zahark, and Zahark hits him back for some pretty good points. And Oscar has now awoken from his sleep. So, I'm gonna do a couple different things here. Just trying to figure out the order. And do door. You're gonna come in here and fight. And she's gonna attack him with her hand axe and take him out. And it's just, yay, gonna level up. Alright, and now I'm going to move and put her back over here, so she's out of the range of the sleep staff. He's gonna come up and open the chest. We got a talisman, we'll see that later. And so basically, right, we've got all of these guys who now don't have a whole lot of people to fight. I'm gonna put Boyd here. Oh, and he can't either. I forgot there's an extra space like right here. But he could go here. But if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna change his weapon. Well then. Reem takes that guy out. I'll have to heal a couple of those guys before it's all said and done, but we're getting there. Unfortunately, I can't hit this guy, but I can put him over here because he might be useful for something else. I'm gonna keep my healer over there. My heal. He's not just a healer, he's also a magic user. Keep him safe. She's good. Everybody else is pretty good except for the guys that were down there. I can bring Oscar up now. It's a nice change of pace to have him awake. I'll block that area. And we've got this guy with 10 points. And Kieran come up, hopefully hit him. He takes him out. And then Kieran can go down towards the others. Because at the moment we are done fighting here. We don't have any other reinforcements, as you can see at the moment. So we want to move everybody down as far as they can. And he did take a little bit of a hit, but not horrible. So we can wait. And the last one is him. So we're just going to leave him where he's at. Okay, so we are back to our turn, and we got a couple people in that room we need to take care of, and then once that is done, then we have to worry about the area in the middle where we've got our friend the dragon and the guy with the nasty sword that, you know, we don't want him to kill anybody this time. That would be really lovely. I'm gonna take a drink of water real quick here. Hang on one second before I start. Okay, and I did not remind everybody to look at the top corner in the left where it says what the goal of this map is, which is to seize the location that Ina is standing on. So, we've got... Boy took a hit, but we're gonna let him finish this guy off, hopefully. Excellent. And Maureen. He's gonna finish that guy off. Alright, and then that is going to let us put him to open that chest. We got a Thoron, which is gonna go to the convoy. And Soth is way back here. We're just gonna move him closer. These guys are good as far as healing. He's good. I'm gonna bring him over here and we're gonna do this. Really? One more. Damn. I was hoping he was gonna go for one more. Could you tell when I said one more? Alright. So. Same thing I did before. Take this guy out. Move her over here. And then we've got Ike, who has his full abilities, capacity. I'm gonna put him here. So, we're good. Kieran's down here. Gonna heal Kieran. And Zahark is good. We're just bringing him down to join the group. Stefan we're bringing down. He's joining the group. We can reach him with Soren, so he's gonna go ahead and heal while he can. Just a few points. Gives him some XP while we're just kind of standing around. Oscar, is gonna just wait. And we're gonna let these guys come to us. That's basically my, well, kind of my plan. I'm gonna let my mounted units go forward and attack and come back. And Titania takes mount, goes back here. Let Oscar come forward. He attacks. Takes mount. And come back here. And we're just gonna run through. So he just got healed. So these guys we're all gonna just bring around. Basically to get in line with everybody else. This one, I should bring him over there, but now that it's the next turn, he's just gonna wait here. Shinan, he needs healing, so we'll put him next to Reese, and Reese can heal him. Alright. We're gonna get Boyd out of here. Hi, Steve. It's good to see you here. Thank you for following me. I saw that when I got up and got my email this morning. I hope you're having a good day. It's weird not having a Maggie day on a Saturday. But you are welcome to watch. Hopefully I won't die. Alright, So we're gonna use our thief to open this chest. And we've got a corrosion. That is something that when we get back to base camp we will take a look at. And Maureen, I'm going to move over here. And we're going to wait until the next turn so a healer can fix him. And Ike is going to wait here. That should be everybody. And it is. Alright, so let's take a look. Now, the last time I did this, I forgot something. Because I've played this game, just Steve, since you're watching. I've played this game before. It's been a couple of years. And I made a mistake. And I went with somebody this way when I should have gone around this way. And I have to be very careful because this gentleman here has this handy dandy little sleep staff and he can put my people to sleep for 5 turns. And that's kind of a lot. And especially when we've got all these bad guys and, oh yeah, a dragon that we have to fight. So I have to move my people carefully. I'm going to bring them this way. And there's one enemy here. Got some chests I want to get to, and I'm going to try to recruit this gentleman here onto my team. So, now there's not a whole lot I can do because wherever this guy goes, if he moves closer this way, that means he can attack where he wants. So somebody, somewhere along this way is about to be put to sleep for 5 turns, and I'm going to try to make it people that are not going to be critical people, but people that can defend themselves if they get into trouble. Basically, if they get attacked and they can take the damage that is dealt out to them. And also to take care of this archer that was down there. So basically, like, these are guys that I'm not so worried about. Even if my thieves, I can't talk right today, fall asleep, it's okay because they have a long way to go and I have stuff that I have to do before I can get them into anywhere near that room. So I'm going to get Volk and bring him out. And remember that I want him to be healed. Now, some of my characters, they can avoid the sleep staff effects, but it doesn't happen very often. So I try to err on the side of caution when it comes to that. So I've got these guys. I'm going to move him forward. He can't put them all to sleep at the same turn. He can only do one at a time. So these guys, I'm going to basically leave behind. He was just healed. He's good. He could use healing, but I already moved what's his name. So I'm going to just leave him here. And I'm going to end the turn. And, see, okay. So, he fell for my trick. Ha 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 ha. He put Zahark to sleep for 5 turns. The archer comes forward. They reinforce from the side. So we've got these guys. Okay, so they've got iron blades. Not really too worried about that. The only one I'm worried about as far as swords and things like that is this guy right here. It reminds you of an XCOM you play. Oh, you do play a lot of games like this. That's excellent. I like these. This game reminds me of the Dungeons and Dragons days a little bit. And I just find it fun. I mean, I may not be the best strategist in the world, but I have a lot of fun playing, and to me that's the most important thing. We have differences in our house as to how this game is played. I personally cannot bear to have anybody die. If I have a playable character, I will restart battles and do them all over, which is what I'm doing right now, by the way, because I lost one of my archers yesterday in this battle. And I'd been streaming for quite a while, so I said, well, we're just gonna wait. Oh, he needs healing too. Alright then. You go there. Let me heal him. Forgetting to heal somebody has gotten me so many times. Oh. Steve, you'll find this funny. I just had my, my Maggie alarm come on my calendar on my phone. Because I'm so used to it being at, Saturdays at 6. I did put it on for Sunday as well, but I forgot to turn the Saturday one off. Saying, hey, you're supposed to be going to work very, very soon. So, yeah, that's kind of weird. It's strange not having a Maggie day. Alright, so Zaharka's asleep. This guy I've got here. Kieran, hand axe. And he misses. That is not a huge surprise. Kieran is not my MVP by any stretch of the imagination. So these guys are all okay. I'm gonna give it another turn. See who they put to sleep next. Just don't die. Okay, I have to admit that was a little bit scary right there. Because it only has 20 hit points, so putting him there was a little bit of a risky move. I'm gonna move this guy back 1 square. I'm gonna come rescue. Oh, crud. Rescue the wrong person because I was talking. Oh, help me, help me, help me. Drop. There we go. Now he can be healed. Yeah, I mean, it worked out, but... Why? Oh, no. Why? Oh, because he's asleep. That's why. I don't have a restore staff. Alright. Now we're going to try to do this the right way. I'm going to rescue him. That's who I intended to rescue. And he takes them and drops them on the other side. Good, good, good. And good. Stefan is an awesome swordsman. Uh-oh, I'm sorry, Twitch is being sus. I had somebody tell me yesterday they were trying to watch my stream after I was done on the site, and they could watch anybody's but mine. I'm not really sure why that would happen. I really didn't use Twitch a whole lot. I started using it again when Maggie first started talking to the staff team about switching everything over because of the metrics and everything. And so I actively got going with this, and then sort of around the same time I decided that I was going to start streaming because, you know, I work on Maggie stuff, I moderate another site, I created my own. If you click on my thing in Discord, I think it might link. You can find me. If not, let me know if you want it. I can send it to you. You know, so I just kind of been doing this, and I'm not looking into. I am having surgery on my ankle, and you know, I'm gonna need something to do. So this is part of that, but I also had another reason, and you know, since you watch, you know, Maggie and everything, supporting Maggie, it helps me to know the insides and outs of what she's doing. So I know what it's like to make the videos, even though they're different kinds of videos. I know what it's like to have to post them or edit them. I'm learning all of those things, learning to create the Discord and managing multiple Discords now at this point. So I'm learning to do all of these things. And then my other person that I'm a moderator for, she's a gamer. And so she's the one who encouraged me to start streaming and to create my own Discord, as well as Thomas, because Thomas was like, the best way to know it is to build it from the inside out. I mean, we already had what I call our family Discord, but I didn't make that one. I just used that one. So. Okay, good luck with the reboot. I hope that helps it to come back up for you. Let's see. Alright. Did he use the last one? He's got one more. Okay. You're good. Alright. Put somebody else to sleep. Okay. Now, the main part of my plan has worked. These guys are good fighters. So like I said, if someone comes up to them, they can't defend themselves. He can no longer put anyone to sleep. He can attack them with his magic, Shine. He can use his psychic staff to heal his own people. And these guys don't move out for a while. So I've got some time, and I've got these guys approaching. So, what that means for me is I can start moving people forward. So I'm going to put Ike over here, and he's going to start coming around this side. And I just healed. He is asleep. I forgot he's asleep. He is not. I'm going to put him up here. Get him in here. Basically blocking. Oh, hi, you're back. I hope that the reboot helped with the issues you were having. I don't know if the low latency would help on this because it's a game. I don't know, with Maggie it's not gaming, so they say it makes it better for her streams. For me, I don't know so much. I honestly, I don't know the super technical ins and outs of all of that. Anyway, this, like I said, it gives me something to do. It lets me learn the entire system for both of the people I support from the inside and the outside. So I know what what's going on, and then I am better able to support them as well. And in the meantime, I've gained a lot of knowledge. The amount of knowledge I've gained recently has been shocking, actually. Alright, so let these guys come forward to attack me. And this is a tough battle to get through. The thing that stinks about this game is it doesn't have a built-in, what the second game calls like a battle save feature. I have an app running, but I have not seen it flash up on my screen saying that it's saving my game, so I'm not sure if it's working. So the bad part is if I don't make it through this, I'm going to have to potentially do it all over again if it does not work properly. I got a new computer, and we've had to try to get it set up working on this one. For some reason, it's different. Really, you left him with 2 points? 2 points? Really? So frustrating. Okay. So, I want to be careful who I'm moving around, because I do want to go around to the right side once I take care of this last guy, which is the beauty of these mounted units like Titania here, because she can come forward, she can attack, and she's pretty OP, so she takes pretty much everybody out. It's rare she doesn't. And then bring her back closer to everybody else. I just want to make sure he's good. Alright, these guys are good. So, basically I want Ike in the lead here. Change his weapon. And bring him forward. And bring Boyd forward. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Alright, now nobody can get to anybody but Ike, and that's what I want. And I can continue bringing these guys that are not asleep around the corner. I do have a staff that could wake these people up, I think, in my convoy. Not 100% sure, but I think I do. Anyway, it's the end of that turn. There we go. So he's not asleep anymore, and then each turn as we go, the next two will wake up as well. So now we come forward, and we come to here. And I'm almost to the door with those chests, and that means that these guys are right around the corner. And I'm gonna let Oscar go next, because he's strong. Kieran is a okay character. For his class and everything, he should be a stronger character than he is, but he's just not. I always try to make him a better usable and playable character, and doesn't succeed very often. Get my thief up here. Hopefully none of these guys take a really bad zap from magic users. It could happen. And let's see, 39. So he's good. He's good. I wish I could move him, but I hope they don't reinforce from back there. I don't remember them reinforcing from back there ever. But do the best we can. Alright, so that's what I wanted. Alright, so they have a thief coming in from the other side. And that thief, if he would get to the chests that I'm heading towards, or any of the other ones if I hadn't gotten to them, you know, he could open those doors like mine can and take whatever's inside. And then often if I kill him, then I can get what he's taken, but not always or not all the things. So I'm going to bring Ike up here. And now I have this option to talk instead of just attack. So I'm going to talk to him. Take this. What is it? Why are you staring at me like that? I am Tironio, a general of Dayan, young general of Crimea. I have but one question to ask you. Your swordsmanship is familiar. Who taught you to fight in this way? To the best of my knowledge, that style was used by only one man, an old friend of mine. And Ike says, my father. He taught me to use a sword. Is that so? Then you are Gawain's son. Wait, are you a friend of my father's? We were good friends long ago. How is the old goat? My father no longer lives. He was defeated and slain by a Dayan general. That can't be. For the Gawain I knew to be beaten, who was it? Who took him down? A knight encased in black armor. The Black Knight, eh? I did not know his strength had grown so much. Interesting. Do you have any brothers or sisters? I have one sister. In that case, I will not fight you. And the world must not lose Gawain's style of swordsmanship. I surrender. You may lock me away or execute me, or what you will. I care not. Are you sane? Very much so. I had already decided I would die in this place. I have served this country for many years since the time of the previous king. But the current regent, he rules through fear and wants nothing but war. I can abide it no longer. If you plan on dying anyway, join us. We have need of strength such as yours. You would take a former Daean general? I cannot. Your fellow Crimeans would resist. They would never accept it. Our army does not have the luxury of being so picky. Please, lend us your strength. As you will. I've already thrown my life away. If it can serve you somehow, you may use it as you see fit. And now you can see that Tironio has a blue circle around him, which means we have acquired him as a playable character. Yay! So, first thing he's going to do is attack his, let's see, that's 28. Let's see what the blade is. Almost. Okay. Making progress. Okay. So Oscar now is gonna come down. And he's gonna attack this guy. I'm just gonna wait here. I'm gonna bring Boyd forward. And he's got a bow. So he takes out that guy. And so right now we've got the path blocked by these guys. And then Oscar's up front. So we're just gonna continue to move people forward. We've got our thief who can now open that door. Get our magic user slash healer forward. And everybody else in the gang. There's a lot of movement right now. Getting everybody around to be in basically battle positions. He needs 10. I can have Soren heal him next time because he's not going to be able to reach. Although I could use my psychic staff, but I don't want to use that for 10. I've got my bow, machine on. And now everybody that is awake that could move has moved. And it's back to me. And our last player who was asleep has now woken up. Move him as far forward as he can go, which is here. And he's going to come over and join everybody. I bring 2 just in case. Thieves, that is. Because with this room, there's so many things that are spread out all over the place. Oh, thank you, Steve. You have a good day, and maybe I'll see you with Maggie tomorrow. You take care. So I wanted to heal. Oh, Maureen needed healing. Not a lot, just a little bit of healing. She's good. They're all pretty good. Alright, we've got the thief taken out. he's just gonna wait here for a moment. I'm gonna bring Ike here. 8. Toronio, I'm gonna bring here. And wait. And Titania. She's gonna come here. So we're forming a line. They can't get to the weaker players in the back. Just get them reasonably close. And alright, and I think that just leaves him. And it does. And he heals that guy. Which he's the one I want to get rid of because he's the one that kills, or killed my last character that I had to start this battle over with. So I've got that, and now I can do, do I want to do that? I think I'll do this. There we go. And I got a sword, which is a really good sword. Okay, so I'm gonna bring him up. Attack, steel axe. Come on, 2 hits. Kieran. Nope, just 1. Bummer. Alright, he's gonna come back here so I can get him healed. Guy's down. Now what I want to do is I'm going to basically build my wall over here. While I continue moving all of these guys out here to be able to fight in the battle. And our other thief can open this last chest. And we got a master seal, which is awesome. We need him brought down. And he's gonna come down as far as he can. And he's down. That just leaves you. Alright. So now... little alien. Love it. Just don't put the spider on there. And you're probably gone, but the spider's just... Ugh. Even Maggie said, only Halloween can the spider come out. Alright, so now we're fighting these guys. Basically want to get rid of anybody that's standing over there because the dragon, Ina, on her own is very, very, did I say it? Very difficult. So his magic and healing is taken care of. This guy, he can move to here, so that's basically like the other reason I'm keeping some of these people back. He's got 26. Move her a couple steps back. And now, bring him over here. He's gonna heal Ike. And he's had a weapon level up, so he... I have to check on the men's staff, but he might be able to do that. So Ike is healed. I'm gonna bring Ike up next to Titania. Double checking his sword. And now that we're here... Now, Ike was expecting King Ashnard to be here. He still can't quite believe that. I think that he is in Crimea, which is where Ike and the princess that he is escorting slash protecting slash her general, you know, he is at her castle, her town, her place, instead of at his own. He's abandoned his own place. And he's saying, show yourself. And Aina is just like, not saying anything. Looking at her picture, she doesn't look very happy. She doesn't look angry. She just looks resigned, I would say is her expression. And Ike is recognizing that she's a Lagoose, and she's a Goldoan dragon, which is rare. I've been waiting for you. You are General Ike, are you not? Who are you? My name is Ina. By the orders of the king, I am the protector of this capital. Withdraw. I've no desire to fight a useless battle with you. It's Ashnard I'm after. I regret to inform you that the king is not here. What? The king and the main body of the Daean army remain in Crimea, where they have been since it fell. What are you saying? The king's abandoned the capital? I share your desire to see this conflict end. So rather than see you travel to Crimea to fight Ashnard, I felt it would be much faster for me to defeat you and your army here. Don't you agree? That's one way to look at it. The problem is that I'll never let you do as you please with Crimea. We cannot have it both ways. We both want what is in our own interest, and that is why we have conflict. If neither one of us will yield, our conflict will continue until only the stronger of us remains. I have my own reasons for fighting, and I will see you fall. Yeah! Love that. Yeah. Alright, so who do we have to move now? He's good. So I'm going to bring him up here. Actually, can he can. Now, I believe... Oh, her range is 1. Okay. I was thinking for some reason her range was 2. So her attack, you know, that you'd have to be 2 squares away. It's 1 square. Let Maureen take him out. I just want to make sure he was safe, and not moving him too close before I did that. Alright. This is it. Now it's showing that because that's her movement. That's the whole area she can move, but she can only attack 1 square away. And we have somebody... I'm winning! I'm winnering! Yes, I'm trying. I'm trying to. I'm down to Ina. And, yeah. I just gotta get everybody up here and hope that I can execute this without losing anybody, because I don't want that to happen. People in my house are probably sick of hearing me say it, but I just can't bear to lose my characters. There it is. And he's okay. Oh no, she doesn't move. She stays right where she is, but I have to keep moving them around. I've played this game. It's been a couple years since I played it last, but I've played this game many, many times. I try to wait long enough in between. Oh, Steve, you're still here. I try to wait long enough in between that I have forgotten. That's what I meant to do. Most of the games, like not most of the games, but I've forgotten enough of it to make it interesting to play again. How does that sound? And then also, like I said, not to spew her dragon stuff on me and kill my people, because that's just not cool. And then we're gonna play Shove the healer. At least the one time. And then we go back to her. Doesn't work for some games, yeah. Alright, so we know that she's not going to leave that spot because that's the spot we need to seize. So anyone here is in trouble, basically. So what I try to do is I try to use people like Titania first, because if I remember correctly, she heals herself. So I'm going to hit her for 8. You can see she's probably going to hit me for 15. So this requires lots of healings to be done, generally. Titania normally would hit for 2, but with the dragon, it's not going to let her. So I am moving her back as much as I can. I'm gonna let Ike come up. Oh, I have a Lagoose Slayer. I forgot about that. He still's not gonna hit her for that much. What did the Silver Sword say? Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Of course I screw it up. That's okay. He's still gonna hit her. He's just not gonna hit her for what the Lagoose Sword would have hit her for. And then Ike takes a hit. Alright, now we're gonna do the other thing that I love to do. He's going to smite Ike out of the way. And she's got 11. I'm gonna see, since he's far enough away, if he can... I got a Lagoose Bow. That'll do for 5. Okay, it should have done for 5. It did for nothing. Let's try Tronio. He has a spear. Maybe 9. Alright, we're down to 2. We just need one person. Boyd, can you do it? I don't know if you can do it. Killer Axe. Come on. Oh, you missed. Damn you. Sorry, I should have swore. Okay, so now we have to come up and I want to get my healers close enough. I have a psychic staff, so I want to look, actually. So Ike is at 30, 49. I would guess that, and then you got hit pretty good. I'm gonna heal Boyd first since he's like right in front. Oh, and he's getting so close to leveling up. Or not leveling up. I keep saying leveling up. A class change. Alright, now we're gonna come up here and we're gonna shove Sheen on. And we're gonna bring somebody up who has another ranged weapon. And we have an iron bow and a spear. We've gotta hit her for 2. Come on. It's 2 points. Thank you! And Ina is down. So now we wait. He levels up. Yay! It only took me 2 tries. That's pretty good because I was stupid yesterday and made a dumb move. So I'm gonna end and then seize and clear map. And then Ina is still alive and says, "You are strong. I've lost. Then calm yourself and surrender. There's no reason for you to die. That I cannot do." What? I must go to him. No, wait! And she's running away, and here is Nasir. Nasir, good timing. Grab her, will you? And he's just like, what? I'm sorry. Nasir. And they fight. And Ike goes down. Ike! Nasir, what are you doing? Go now. Hurry. And she runs. So you were the traitor. Nasir says nothing. Someone's been giving information to the enemy. Was that you too? And Miss Medallion? Still nothing. Are you telling me you've been working for Dayan this whole time? But you're a Lagoose. Why? Talk to me. Oh, this is useless. Get him out of here. His traitor's face is making me ill. Blast. Until this has been cleared up, you'll be held in custody. I won't question you anymore. When you decide to talk, let me know. So Ike's just confused. Go to Palmeni Temple. What did you say? And that's it. And now we are at Castle Crimea. I say it both ways, I don't know. Just depends on my mood, I guess. And this is King Ashnard, the king that is not in Dayan, whom they just defeated and took the capital. So, the capital's fallen, eh? Ha! I knew it would come to this. Still, how disappointing. It doesn't matter how well you train an army. If they don't fight, they become weak. What's the life of a soldier without a steady diet of war? Blood and pain are the foods of a true warrior. So, speaking of soldiers, Your Highness, the majority of our forces have been moved here. I left more than enough soldiers, and yet they could not prevail. I may have overestimated Aina. Even if she is a dragon, I suppose that was the best she could do. I suppose. But the important thing is the Black Knight. Where's he gotten to? Did you see him in the capital? I did. He bid me present this to your majesty. Ah, it's found its way back to my hands at long last. Unwrap it, quickly. Unwrap it and show it to me. Very well. Do be careful not to touch it, Patrine. It wouldn't do to have you go mad. I'd hate to have to kill you. Ah ha ha ha. He's such a nice guy. Here it is, your majesty. Behold. Ah, how wonderful. See how it reacts to the war I have brought to this pathetic land? This is Leron's medallion? Yes, and inside is a dark god of immeasurable power and cruelty. It once caused a flood so great that all continents save Tellius were submerged in a watery tomb. That blue light. You, me, even this very castle itself, we all radiate various forms of chaotic energy, and the dark god is pure chaos. The light you see is that energy calling out to the chaos around us. That is why scholars refer to it as the Fire Emblem. Hee har har. Look how you tremble. This light has the power to bewitch the human soul, you know? It calls to our chaotic impulses, like the urge to slaughter every living thing in sight. Do you feel its invitation? The permission to act on any base emotion that resides in your heart, no matter how unspeakable? My report is not finished. Hee har har. Ah, Patrine. Guard! Yes, Your Highness. Wrap the medallion and place it in the vault at once. Go on. The report? Oh, of course. Yes. As Your Majesty ordered, the Black Knight moves to capture Princess Serenus. At last report, he was on his way to Phoenicius. I see, so he's decided on the princess and not the prince, eh? Did he give any reasons? Yes, Your Highness. It was based on the findings of a group of scholars. Because the princess was isolated for over 20 years, they feel her magic will be stronger than her brother's. Yet, can the Black Knight outwit the Hawk King of Phoenicia and steal her away? The Hawk King is not always at her side. Plus, as you know, the Black Knight is in possession of warp powder. If someone of his might has the ability to appear and disappear at will, it may be that he is without equal. Well, with the exception of Your Majesty, of course. I mean, haha, I will have to test that someday, but not today. It's not often that one finds a tool as useful as he is. Well spoken, Your Majesty. Now then, Patrine, my dear Patrine, you have made one blunder after another. How will you prove your worth to me? If you wish to remain in my service, you must show me results. Unless you too wish to become food for I can never say this name, Rajayan here. And we hear it roaring. Your Majesty, I will redouble my efforts. I won't let you down again. You can be a general, or you can be dinner. I don't really care which, but do try to show a little initiative, won't you? Yes, Your Highness, but by your leave. Hold, I forgot one thing. What happened to Ina when the capital fell? According to all reports, she escaped. Her current location is unknown. However, this is Ina we're speaking of. She will return to Your Majesty, will she not? Kill her. What? I've no further use for her. Oh, but if it's too much for you to kill her outright, use her trust and stab her in the back. As you wish. Great guy, King Ashnard. And we get to save! Yay! Alright. So now we get our overall recap with the map. Overcoming many hardships, Ike and company finally arrive in the Dayan capital of Navasa. However, much to their dismay, King Ashnard is nowhere to be found. According to intelligence reports, the king is in Crimea's capital of Melior, preparing to wage war against Gallia. In addition, at least half of the Dayan army, including its most elite forces, remain unharmed and at his side. The Crimean army is again forced to march. This time, however, the battlefield will be their own homeland. Eagerly awaiting their arrival is a Dayan army more powerful than anything they have faced so far. This fact, coupled with Nasir's act of betrayal, has filled Ike with apprehension and disappointment. Yet, it is then, when all hope seems faint, that unexpected good news arrives. And we have chapter 22, Solo. And we're back to Dayan Keep. General, Ike, sir, reinforcements have arrived from Banyan. Reinforcements? I haven't heard anything about this. Have you, Princess Valencia? No, not a word. Are you sure they're Banyan troops? Yes, sir, they fly Banyan's insignia. There can be no doubt of their authenticity. And the man in command is one of Banyan's most beloved heroes, General Zelgius. There's no mistaking him, sir. Allow me to meet with him first. You know, everyone keeps telling me to play Mass Effect. Several of my family members have played it and they've really enjoyed it. I'm trying to remember, there was one game that I did start playing, but I don't think it was that. I think it was something else. Anyway, I beg your pardon. Are you General Ike? This is Zelgius with his red, shiny armor. I am. And you are? I am Zelgius, Earl of Kadol. I've been dispatched from Banyan with a battalion to support your army. Your assistance is much appreciated, but this is very unexpected. I understand your surprise. For Banyan's Imperial Senate, this decision was made with unusual haste. I imagine so. It took forever just to get the soldiers I have now. Well, there's a reason behind this expedited decision. Duke Persis has returned home. Do you mean Sephirin? Correct. Duke Persis is also senior statesman of the Imperial Senate. The Duke returned from his travels and began working immediately to settle pressing affairs of state. First, he met with the Apostle, and they exchanged reports on both foreign and domestic matters. Then they discussed Banyan's position in relation to the current conflict and possible courses of action. In less than half a day, they brought the entire Imperial Senate into line and sent us here to you. So you're saying that Banyan has allied itself with Crimea, is that it? That's it, exactly. I am at your service, General Ike. Oh wow. I said that backwards. Thank you. Now then, please tell me what you would have my men do. I'm ordered to help in any way possible. You've caught me off guard. I can't think of anything right now. In that case, do I have permission to make camp around the palace and rest my troops? Yes, please do. That's no problem. Thank you. Please do not hesitate to call if you have need of us. We are at your disposal. Banyan reinforcements? That was unexpected, wasn't it? It certainly was. It seems the Apostle and Sephirin did the impossible by getting them to us. All for our little army. It's hard to believe they would go to all this trouble. First, we take Dayan's capital, and now this. Things are looking up. You're right. Even if we don't receive help from Gallia, we still may be able to defeat Ashnard. That's true. It's like a dream. And Soren, of course, always positive. I have to disagree. Oh, look. Soren is upset again. Who knew? What is it this time? If the Crimean army is not the crux of Dayan's defeat, this war means nothing. What does that have to do with the arrival of these reinforcements? The battalion that just arrived is greater in numbers than the one we originally received. Not only that, but all of these soldiers are marching under Banyan's name. So if these reinforcements are responsible for defeating King Dayan, what do you think will happen? That achievement, the very victory itself, will belong to the Banyan Empire, not to Crimea. If that happens, Crimea will be rebuilt however Banyan sees fit, and Princess Alencia will be a mere figurehead. And then the deeds of an unknown mercenary company will be expertly covered up. We'll receive some paltry sum of money and be swept under a rug somewhere. Mark my words. Soren, you're being so rude. Surely the Apostle of all people would never do such a thing. And this General Zelgia seems sincere enough to me. Come, Soren, I have heard of situations like that which you describe, but whether this is such a case... We've been fortunate to receive this goodwill. Must we always search for such ulterior motives? And Soren insists. Yes, we must. Have you forgotten Nasir? It's that sort of naive attitude that allowed him to remain undetected for so long. You people don't seem to get it. We are at war. All doubts, no matter how small, must be extinguished. If they aren't, we could well be ignoring something that will lead to our defeat or to our death. Let's take Soren's comments under excuse me, under consideration and discuss this at length. We meet in 1 hour. Well, if it's a cross between an RPG and the shooter part, I'm not super great at shooting games. I have quite the learning curve. I haven't played a shooting game in forever. But I think the last time I played anything that involved shooting, while I'm thinking about it. It was one of the Halo games. We were all playing just as a group and hunting each other down and killing each other. I don't think I've ever... Gosh, the last actual one I played as game was probably Perfect Dark, and that was like on the Nintendo 64. That's how long ago that was. That was ages ago. All right. So I do have it on my computer though. Let's take Soren's comments under consideration and discuss this at length. We'll meet in an hour. And here's the battle reports. Of course, the MVP is Titania. We got a new ally in Toronio. Money situation still good. Da da da. Same thing he always says. Okay. So now we're going to come down and we're going to look at manage. And I'm just going to start with Ike just so I can see what kind of things I have. So I have just shy of 400 XP. And Ike, he's well on his way on his own. He's leveled up. He's already, or I keep saying leveled up, class changed. He's class changed. He is like right there. Could have given him a better one. Alright, so we should get a class change. I love these animations. And now he is like Stefan. He is also a sword master. And that was one heck of a level up with that class change. I mean, I think there was, what, one thing that didn't change based on that? That's pretty amazing. Okay, so just need to grab something. Okay, so we've gotten him to class change, and we still have some points left. Soren's class changed. These guys, I don't do that. Boyd class changed. Kieran did. Volk is. She is. She's at 15. Alright, this is who I want right here. If I can do this. Okay. And we'll give him the balance of that. So, hopefully if we use him enough in the next battle, he will level up. We're gonna look at skills. And I know Ike only has room for something with 5. But I just want to go see. So we had corrosion we picked up. Says causes the enemy's weapon durability to drop. We've got Gamble, which we've had, and I don't think it's worth using. Parity. I could give Ike parity, it's only for 5. Oscar's full. Sahar, I'm just checking. Alright. Take a drink of water real quick. Okay, so now I gotta find... She's... Again, she's only got room for 5, so I can't give her anything. He's got plenty of room, but I don't use him that often. He's got Gamble. Oh, he could do Saul. Restores as many HP as damage dealt to the enemy. But he's only got 10. But I could give him Corrosion. with certain people in my family, the who you give what to and when and the hows and everything like that, it can be quite controversial. Alright, so we have Luna, reduces enemy defense by half. He's only got room for 15. Gatry. Alright, I have to look around again. Deadeye. I mean, I guess that's a good reason that you can look for different people, because they have sometimes different skills that they can be assigned that not everybody can use. Except she can only use 5. I have nothing for 5. This is the hard part of this game, because it does take so long to get through before you can carry on and all that. Alright, I'm just gonna leave the gamble where it is. I'm gonna run through the support screen. As I've said before, these guys have conversations. I don't usually read them out loud. I just kind of look at them. So they basically build a relationship between the characters, and at some point, if they're near each other in a battle, they may attain bonus effects by standing near each other, kind of a deal. And we have some people we can talk to. We have a youth. And here's Jorge. He's one of the convoy people. And so, usually when these conversations come up, they're trying to tell you something. So he says, say if there's an enemy in my way, but I don't want to kill him, what do you think I should do? Is this about that stupid game again? Because it's come up before. Well, it's all your fault. You had to go and tutor Daniel, and now I've been on the losing streak. Tutor? You mean back when we were on board the ship? It was just one hint. Daniel isn't like me. He's smart. I'm the one who thought up this game, but he's the one who's getting better and better. I hardly ever win anymore. Aw, poor thing, Jorge. Instead of playing that game, why don't you try some real combat? Stop joking around. We're happy-go-lucky traveling merchants. We don't know anything about fighting. Can you save your stupid game for someone who's not fighting for their life day in and day out? Just lose again. Oh, for heaven's sake. So then Ike finally gives in, and he tells him, he says, look, if there's an opponent you don't want to kill, just shove him out of the way. Then you don't have to fight him. Huh. Oh, thanks. You know, we are what we are, but we'll be with you till the end. I hope we can continue to be of service, alright? Yeah, thanks. So the other thing you can do that they don't mention here is if there's someone in front of you other than shoving them, you can equip a weapon so they are disarmed. They may take a hit, but they won't hit the person back. So whenever those things come up in conversation, you can guarantee that it's gonna prove useful. It's foreshadowing, basically. Am I supposed to call you General now? It's not really settled. He was looking for somebody before, but he hasn't found them. I figured that worrying about it all the time wasn't doing me any good. I turned over every rock and beyond during my search. It's just easier to assume that everything's going well somewhere. Well, as long as you're happy, I won't say a word. So what were you thinking about then? I I lived in the slums of Navasa, and I stole for a living. Sunny away, I went back to my old stomping grounds and saw some friends. The rest of the city's empty, but they're still here. They've got no other place to go, you know? Everyone was mad that Crimea had won. They said that if the king had been here, there's no way that they would have been defeated. It's so weird. Until now, all they had ever done was complain about this place. I see. You know, Ashard wasn't such a bad king, at least as far as we could see. If you're strong enough, you could rise up and become a knight one day. You could escape the filthy slums. He was the only king who ever gave us that chance, that hope. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind fighting with all of you. But still, seeing your homeland scarred and trampled like this is tough. I'm sorry. I know Crimea is suffering in the same way, but I can't change how I feel. And Soth takes off. Alright, so we're back to the screen. So, now we have to check everybody's stuff. So, Ike's silver sword is almost gone. He's got his Lagoose flare, and he's got another silver sword and stuff. So he's pretty well set. Oscar, bow, lance. I think I'm going to convoy the spear. I'm going to see if I have... I have just... well... I'm going to take that. I could buy another... steel lance. Ah! Crud. Did not mean to do that. Oopsie. Okay, so let's give back the steel lance. Let's go to the shop. Oh, I always do this. Why? Why do I always do this? So he can use a spear level A, a bow level E. So we want to go to the armory. And we want to look for another silver lance, if they have one. Silver bow, silver axe, silver lance. Alright. So now he's got that. And last I used him, he had his bow equipped, so we're gonna go back to this lance. Shinon. He's got all kinds of stuff. Convoy, take, let's see. We have a Lagoose bow that he could take if we come across Lagoose. But I have to get rid of... oh, he has a Lagoose bow still. Alright, so we'll just equip his Brave Bow, because that's his best one for him, believe it or not. We're gonna convoy these. Zahark, convoy. Okay. He's got plenty of swords, but I want to check his level. Back on screen. He's a B. I hate it when I hit the wrong buttons. And these are D. So just for a moment, I'm gonna give that one and that one because they're the most used. And I have a Killing Edge, so he's gonna take the Killing Edge. And that's a B, so I'll take the Brave Sword. So he is fine now. Soren... he's got a staff level C. Mend is a D, so he can't use Mend anyway, so... Soren is fine, he's got plenty of magic and everything he needs, he's good. She's fine. He's fine. Fine. Everybody's fine. No. Killer axe. He's got a bow. He's got 2 other axes. What's his level? So he's got axe level B. C, E, E. So, I wonder... That's Convoy. Let's Convoy the steel axe for right now. Boy, we've got a lot of other weapons in there now. And that's an ace. That's not okay. Shoot. Convoy take. Got too many things going through my head. Oh my gosh. B. It was a B. B for Boyd. Convoy take. Let's look at the axes. So what do we have that might be? Huh? We have a tomahawk. And that will fill out. So he has 3 ranged weapons, 1 normal axe. That's a C. Not sure about keeping. I'm gonna trade. Give that one and take this one because it has more uses. And then we equip one. And he's got vulneraries. Why not again? He's good. He's got plenty of stuff right now. He's a level B on the axe, so... Oh my gosh. Rolling my eyes at myself because I hate it when I do that. Convoy. Give. Let's see if we can give that to the convoy. Let's see what we can take. So basically the Lagu's axe. Or he can have the rest of the killer axe that we took from Boyd, which I think we'll do. He's got vulneraries. He's good. Oh, he's got the Master Seal. Okay, so he's good. She can take something, or I can buy her another lance. I would rather buy her another lance. Silver lance. She's got vulneraries and all that. He's good. She's good. Jill. Alright. Use. We're gonna get a class change on this. I could use it on Reese, but he is within 1 level of getting there, and she's got farther to go, so I'm gonna let her use it. And then she gets to use a horse. Yay! She's a Valkyrie. Yay! Nice level up for Mist. Love it when she's Valkyrie. Alright. So... back up a minute. So now you can see Mist can use a sword. She can use a sword level D. So I can go to, and all her stuff is basically full. So I can convoy one of the heals, take, and I can go to a sword and see if, you know, any here, and she can use a steel sword. The issue with these is they're not full, and she can only carry one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at one of my other characters and trade to her a sword that is almost full, because I don't really use that character. So I give everybody something, but sometimes they show up in battles and you need them to have something, so it's better to have them prepared. Alright, so we've got Mist, she's got a sword, and then her healing stuff, so she can at least defend herself a little bit now. Tormod's fine. Reese is like 81 points from leveling up, so I'm excited for that. He can take some more. Convoy, take. We'll take those last two because he's got plenty. Oh no. Okay, so he needs vulnerary. Normal condition. This is good to have, actually. I'm gonna put it in the convoy once I can get down to it. That way when people fall asleep, you can make them be not asleep. Vulnerary. Okay. So he's good. Soth has stuffs. So let's take a look at the things he's picked up. We've got an energy drop that increases strength, and a talisman, which is magic resistance. So let's look at people's strengths. We come back out, like I always do. We go to the screen. On the left side, in the blue box in the middle, the top one, STR strength, he's 22. And I kind of look through here to the characters that I actually use and see which ones of them could use that as far as fighting. Right now, Kieran might be able to use that. I use him a lot, so Zahark could use that. No. I mean, she doesn't need any help, even at that level. Rolf's good. Rayson can't fight. He's not defense, but he does other things. The Lagouge, don't really need to worry about. She's strong. Like, all of these people are strong. I'm not really... Or I don't use them. How about that? Mist could use some strength, because she can now fight, so that might not be a bad thing, you know, to give her. Mist, trade with... who have it? Soth. And this one was a magic resistance. We'll look at that in a minute. Use. You can see her strength went up to 24, so that'll help. Or sorry, not 24. It went up to 9. Just looking at her HP. Now, the question is, we want to look at people's magic and see. So he's 7. 3. He's maxed out. He should be. He's a magic user. Boy, there's a whole lot of people that could use well, oh, I gotta get him some stuff. Soth. Trade. Oscar, where did he go? Okay. Alright, So, back to where we were on this side. So we were at Soth. He's got his weapons. He's got vulneraries. Taronio. Let's see what's in the convoy for him. We have a steel sword, a lance, and a spear. And we'll get him some vulneraries. Rolf has got plenty of bows. Ulki's good. Got Crimea, Ursha, Astrid. I don't use any of those. Khalil is the only one that I do use from time to time. Alright. Now I get to save. And now that I've done all that, and I've gotten through this area, I'm going to go ahead and go through the exposition for the next battle. And I don't remember what battle is exactly next, so I'm going to make that decision once I see which one it is, if I'm going to continue this game today, or take a break for a while, and then pick up with another game in a little while. So, because I'm talking, I'm just going to do this again, because I'm always worried I'm not going to do that, so let's leave. You're going to lead a small unit out on a survey mission? Yes, that's the plan. However, though we've taken the castle, there are still pockets of Dayan resistance. It's possible they may try to mount an attack and retake the palace. I want you to be in charge of the watch. That is, of course, not a problem. However, you're taking the princess along. Don't you think it'd be safer to take more troops? Even if we split our battalion, we have enough men to handle both tasks. I'm just not used to moving around with such a large group, and for this mission, I'd like to keep the number of people involved as low as possible. It's not that I don't understand how you feel, but we will compromise. You know, for someone from Banyan, you're pretty flexible. It speeds things up considerably. To be a soldier, one must be able to quickly adapt to circumstances around him. Alright, we'll be back later. Take care. This is the place Nasir mentioned, Palmeni Temple. I hope whatever he was trying to tell me will become clear once we get inside and look around. I still can't believe Nasir was on Dayan's side. I just can't. And he let that dragon girl get away, although I'm sure he had reasons for that as well. I wonder, was it really Nasir? Although besides my family, the only people I showed the medallion to were Titania, Princess Alencia, and Nasir. Silly Mist, why did you show it to him? I thought I could trust him. I really did. Why? Why did he do it? Mist, thinking about the past isn't going to help. Let's take a look at this temple. Oh, this one. What did you say? The Crimean army is here? They want to investigate the temple? What should I tell them? Crud, this ain't good. Gotta love that. I don't know what they're after, but if they find us mercenaries who sided with Dayan, they'll wipe us out. It is all the will of the goddess. Resign yourself to your fate. Accept it. Bat dung. No one's gonna roll over and die. Dying's for sissies, so tell me, how many are there? There appears to be 10 or so, including the women. Gar har har. That's good news. Is it? Or it is? If that's a lot of them, we can take care of them on our own. It'll be like stealing a baby from the cradle. Oh, that's pleasant. Right, then. Here's the plan. Pretend like you want to help them, then lead them inside. And listen good. You'd best not whisper a word about us being here. Or else. But I couldn't. What you asked is beyond me. Don't forget, we've got all the other priests under our control. Unless you want to meet the goddess early, do as you're told. Oh dear. Palmeni Shrine. So I will go ahead and do this one. Hopefully I can get through it. And then that'll be a good place after this, because I don't remember this one taking super duper long. Very well. This is, a very large room. Are you alright? Why are you shaking like that? Oh goddess, please forgive me. It's a trap! Gar har 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 har, you did it. Please forgive me. I thought something like this might happen. I don't know how you got wind of us, but showing up in such a small group means you're out of luck. None of ya are getting out of here alive. We've just fought our way to the Dayan capital. You're not even going to slow us down. Cocky, ain't ya? But who said this is gonna be a fair fight? Eh? What are you doing? Hey, bring the others. You fools are gonna be our shields. What? Gar har har. Gar har har. See? You ain't so useless after all. You filthy dogs. Those are innocent people. You can't... Oh, mercy. Please help me. Hey, if you don't want them pretty robes of yours to turn red, you'll attack these scum. If you even think about betraying us, I'll kill every one of you. But you can't. Crimeans, please forgive us. We cannot allow our brothers to die. This cowardice will not stand. These priests are being made to fight against their will. We've got to try and save as many of them as possible. Let's go. So we get to pick our people. Oh, let's look at the map real quick. So we're coming in this door, obviously. We've got a door here, and these guys, and a bunch of chests. Pretty much the same situation on this side. And then we've got this main hallway with all these dudes here. And our goal is to defeat the boss, this guy. And then we've got a couple of people like him who has silence. And if you have silence, then your magic users can't talk or heal, or I think heal is part of it too. We'll see. I can't remember. We've got... Like, see, none of these guys, they all have healing staffs. He has a light spell. Longbows. This guy is a lightning spell. So I need to choose my people. I got Ike, Boyd, Reese for healing, Oscar, William, Stefan, Volk. I've got Volk, but I want... Who do I want to take out? I wonder if I can get through this without him. Never tried it. Alright, reposition. Titania in the front. Put Oscar in the front. We got Zark, Maureen. We got one thief here. Got another thief here. We got Boyd and him. Let's change that around. Alright, I don't know how this is gonna work out. We'll see. So we're gonna save. If I can do it without a healer, great. If not, I'll have to start it over again, and I'll have to bring at least one of my healers with me. Alright, so Ike is gonna come up. And Ike is gonna level up again. Now, if you recall, they had that little conversation about battle strategy. So, if you don't want to attack someone, we don't want to attack the innocent priests like he's trying to, so you want to change him over to the actual enemy. And then we can move him over here, out of the way. Let's see where we can get him. Can I get... Oh, he can. Oh no, I don't want to attack him. Alright. So he is going to move over, and then he can attack on the next round. Kieran, however, has a hand axe. And he can attack this guy in the back. Although he didn't do any good. It's Kieran. Alright. Boyd's gonna come up here. Can't attack those guys. I mean, we can, but we don't want to. It's more to the point. Okay, now we have the same situation going on over here. So we've got their thief, which Titania, I mean, she can get here. And take him out of the way. And then we've got Zahark. He can come over here and attack the magic user. Change his sword over. Give him this one. And he took a pretty big hit right there. Like I said, I don't know about doing this without magic peoples. So we'll see. Can one of these guys get over there? He can't. Can he? Yes, he can. Okay. And then we've got two more. So we know there's chests over here. Alright, he is just going to wait here. And then he's going to come up here with Ike and Boyd. And wait. Now it's their turn. So they're running up to get healed. Could have kept that one chest key, but it's really not going to make that big of a difference here, so. Oh, good job, Kieran. You finally took somebody out. Good for you. And he's leveling up too. It's okay. Not bad. Could be better. Not bad. And we've got that guy who we got to take care of kind of quick because he obviously is dangerous. Alright, and what has he done to Ike? He's probably poisoned him. As long as he's not asleep. And bowmen usually can't put people to sleep. It's usually a staff. Take him out, Titania. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to look at Ike. And it says his condition looks like poisoned for 4 turns. But otherwise he's fine. So right now, I'm going to come up and I'm going to attack. And he's got 2 uses on this, actually. Items. Equip. Now equip. And the reason I did that is so as soon as I'm done with the 2 uses on this silver sword, it'll go to the next one in line, which is the other silver sword instead of the Goose Slayer. So we're gonna attack this guy. And as we knew, it broke. So now we get Stefan in here. Stefan is going to use his blade, and he's going to attack this guy right here. Little overkill, but did a good job. And then Boyd can come down here, and we're going to use... He does 16. He does that. He does 23 if he does that. And he does 17. So we're going to go with the Tomahawk and hit the bogan. And he got a bonus special attack, so he's done, that guy. So these guys up front are finished. Now we're back to these guys. And we've got these people in here, as you can see. Gonna use my hand axe on this guy back here. Didn't do very good. Let Shaynon go. Oscar, take him out. And then Oscar's going to stay right where he is. And we've got a little bit of an issue because we don't want to kill this guy. And we have to be able to, if you remember, shove him out of the way. So I'm just going to sit here and wait. And then we'll work on that on the next turn. Maureen has lost a few points, but nothing horrible. He needs healing. She's fine. She's always fine. I don't think she can push. No, she cannot. So it's gonna have to be him. Shove. And then she can come up. And she can attack this guy. Titania. I'm gonna move her back. Zahark, I'm gonna move him up. And if I hit the right buttons, heal him. Still needs more, as you can see. He's fine, but he can't, because they're still considered enemies, even though we're not attacking. He has to go all the way around them. So that's as far as I can move him this turn. And of course, you know, they're going to heal them. That's why I try to get rid of those guys as soon as I possibly can. We wait for them to all have their turn. One down, more to go. Titania levels up. Just getting closer and closer to maxing out. Okay, now I have to remember when it is my turn again. I have to check everybody's health, and I'm going to have to prioritize their healing over potentially their fighting because of everything. Alright, so they reinforced from there. Lake is still poisoned, so he's taking slow damage, but nothing really we can't deal with. So what I want is this guy. He needs to go. But let's see. He's got a bow. And he's got a bow. So there's really no difference in them. Attack this guy. And you have to be careful that you don't attack the priests, because that screws everything up. So right now, just trying to slow down, make sure I attack the right people, and don't screw it up. Now what would make this really great is if he had a weapon he could use from afar. He doesn't. So I can take him here, and I can do this. Shove. Which is what they talked about in that one screen. So, right now, this is such a pain in the butt. We're gonna heal him. Leave him here. Shinon is going to have to waste a turn to shove him. So we can let Oscar come up here and attack. Okay. I'm gonna move over. Actually, no, I'm not. He's gonna wait here. And then we're gonna keep him a couple steps behind for safety. And then we've got this group here. So this guy has 2 points. I wish I had a ranged weapon other than hers, but I don't. But I am going to come over here, and we're going to change over to our Silver Lance and let her attack this feral one, as he's called. She's gotten rid of him. And then we have a Lagoose Slayer. So that means I want to protect Maureen. So he's got 2 points. So let's do that. Ooh, and he got a chest key. So Zahark, he needs more healing. 27. 28. I'm gonna put him up here. And he's gonna take out this soldier guy here. Alright, and then he can come up. And he's basically just gonna sit and wait. I could check his health real quick. Yeah, he's... Now we wait again. Lots of waiting in this game. Now keep in mind, I only really need to get to the one guy down in the back of the middle to win this. But if I want all the goodies in the chests and I want all the XP I can get from my characters, which is, darn it, that's one of the reasons I should have brought Reese, was I was counting on him getting that. But maybe I'll get enough combat bonus XP, that he can level up when I get to base camp. And just keep attacking Oscar, go ahead. And he levels up. And he got a chest key. Now we wait. This side reinforced. Now, this guy came up and filled the spot that we wanted to take out. Or so we could take out the magic user. So, Stefan is going to attack him. So Ike can go attack that magic user. Or Void, for that matter. Okay. So I'll probably have to do some healing. And we got a bolting. That nobody, I don't think, can use right now. I'm gonna move him forward, like to here. And I'm gonna heal him. Just to take the time, since he can't reach anybody that is attackable at this moment. So let's see what we've got now. He's okay. And this is where you gotta be careful, because you have to be careful not to kill these guys. She did not pick up a chest key, so she can get out of here. She can use a vulnerary. And then she's done. Maureen picked up 2 chest keys. So I'm gonna move him around. Oh, he can't quite reach that one. We'll get that one the next time. Chest. Nosferatu. Which, remember, Oliver in one of our previous battles had that, and basically every time someone attacked him, he sucked life out of them to restore his HP. I don't think anyone can use that right now. He's in good... he could use a vulnerary, actually. But there's no one in here to fight. He doesn't have a key. I'm gonna move him down here. But I don't want to move these guys too far away till I pull these guys out, because... you know, what if they reinforce again from that side, and then... Oh, I got a sleep staff. That's... yay! That's excellent. So now all I really need to have on this side, have Maureen open that one chest. And then he has silence. But again, we don't want to kill him. We just want to keep trying to do this moving around thing without... What's he got? He's... Alright, he's got to come up here and fight these guys. And his lance broke, so I will have to check him next turn to make sure that... Oh, he switched to his bow. That was not a good move. I've got Kieran. He can attack with his hand axe. Okay. And he'll wait here. We got Shinon. Can come up. Took him out. And as much as I want to, these guys can still move. And I don't want to put Soth here and have him get attacked. So he's staying right where he is. No. Oh no. That's bad. That's very, very bad. Alright. Okay. Now, I'm going to try something. Did not work the last time, so bear with me for a few minutes because I have to figure out load from slot. What time is it? 7:02. Alright. Let's see if it worked. It did. Okay. Excellent. So, I was able to go back about 10 minutes into my gameplay and pick up where I left off. That may not be enough to stop this dude from attacking him, because nobody else is nearby. I might actually have to back up farther than that. I don't know right now. Because the only other... Yeah, I mean, nobody can... I don't think can get there. And if I get a turn with him again, then I can unequip his sword momentarily. But that means I have to go back another 10 minutes. So, I'm just gonna see what happens for right now. And if I go back another 10 minutes, I go back another 10 minutes. I don't feel bad about doing this because this is a feature that they have built into the second game, the next game. Which, I mean, to me, it only makes sense that they should have this ability, because some of these battles are really long and really difficult, and so having a battle save, you know, to come back in like that when something happens, makes it a heck of a lot easier. Like I said, if they didn't put it in the second game, I would feel really bad about doing that, but no guilt here. Okay. So we've got him. He's gonna help open chests. And he's going to... Ooh. I could steal from him. But I'm not gonna do that. He's a priest. I'm gonna be nice. Oh gosh. It's just, this situation is what I'm really worried about. I mean, 10 minutes in this grand scheme of this game is not that big of a deal. So let's see. If he dies again, then we back up again. Okay, this is good. He's attacking Ike this time. And so therefore Ike's too far away and can't attack him back. So that actually worked out okay so far. Knock on wood. All that good stuff. Okay, he's gonna attack Oscar. And don't forget they're gonna reinforce. Oh. Okay, it's going fairly well. And he levels up again. And he has a chest key, so that means he has 2 keys. And then I have my thief. So basically, I mean, if I had 1 thief and substituted them with a fighter of some kind, I still would have had to move them from one end of the map to the other end of the map to get all of the chests that are here. Alright, so the feral ones are dealt with on that side. We get a little weight, and then they reinforce. So, this is where things are going to be tricky. I'm going to move him over here. And wait. Ike. See, the thing is if I put Ike... This is... Yeah. Alright. What's his health? Okay. So we're gonna put Ike over here. We're gonna unequip his sword so he can't attack back, and we're gonna shove this guy. And then we're gonna put him here. And we're also going to unequip. No. No, because he can still hit him here. And he doesn't have a spell. Shouldn't have put Ike there. It's alright, because this guy can't attack me, so he'll just stay here for right now. We've got Oscar, who's doing good. He's gonna attack the goose. The feral one. And the silver lance broke. So he is on his bow until I can change that around. Like before, Kieran can come up. He can throw his hand axe at this guy. Fortunately, he's not hitting him. And then we'll back him up 1. With our bow, we should be able to take him out. And then we leave Soth in the back, protected. Pretty much. I don't think this guy can get to him. If he gets all the way over to here, he could shoot at him. So it is a possibility. Who haven't I moved? Oh, these this side. Alright. So she's gonna come out to here. I'm gonna use Pulmonary like we did before. We've got Mareem, who does have chest keys. Again, he can't get to that one, so we'll open this one. There's our Nosferatu. We've got Zahark. Gonna bring him down as far as I can. He also needs healing. And then we have him to open that chest with our sleep staff. That is so fun. see what happens. Alright, that's okay. Okay, you can attack him. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Oh, look, it's a thief. Okay. Take care of him. And I'm gonna put him over here between these two chests. And he'll wait. This guy has 11. Okay. Okay. So Shinan is gonna need some vulneraries or something. He's getting kind of low. Now we can let Soft come up and open the chest. And we have a silver bow, which we'll send to the convoy. And so we've got these guys and these guys to deal with. So he's gonna come up here, open that last chest. Got a spirit dust. And then we're gonna let Volk get out of there. He's good on healing. He's good. We're gonna bring him around and wait. She's gonna come around and use a vulnerary. Okay, so the only one up here right now is Maureen and him. These guys are done for now. Now the question is how we're gonna handle this. So I think, okay, so he can't move. Ike. Okay. So that guy's gone. Send the bolting to the convoy. We're gonna unequip his weapon. And he's gonna shove this guy out of his way. Ike. I shouldn't have done that. That wasn't a very good idea. That was a screw up right there. I should not have done that. As I put myself right back in the position that I tried to avoid the first time. And the only way I can get out of it is to hope that that guy attacks Ike and doesn't attack Boyd. Which weapon does he have? He still has the tomahawk attacked. And he only has 10 hit points too, which is even lovelier. I'm gonna shove him again. And hope that he doesn't attack Void. Oh good, thank God. If he attacked Void, I was gonna have to rewind again. Void needs lots of heals, so I'm probably gonna run him. Oh, reinforcements have arrived. And Ike is no longer poisoned. Yay for not being poisoned. Okay, so Stefan is in good condition. So Stefan can come down. Actually, these guys have magic. Let's get Boyd away from him and attack this guy. Which probably still wasn't a good idea because he still needs healed. But I had to get him away from him. So if I bring... He doesn't have a spell. He doesn't have a spell. So if I leave him where he is, these guys could come up. Basically gonna go here. He's okay, but we're heading into a couple magic users and a boss, so yeah, we might need to do something about that. Alright, so we can bring him out. Almost. He's coming out here. He is not meant for fighting. Well, I mean, he can, but he's not the best at it, let's just say. Okay. And we have Titania. And she's taking care of him, pretty much. I don't think she'll have any spaces left to move. She's probably stuck there. Oh, she's got one. Okay. So we moved these guys. We just have these people here. So he can open that chest. We got a fire spell. And we're gonna move him out. He's gonna use a vulnerary just in case they reinforce this room. As is Kieran. And then we're gonna open that chest. Another tomahawk. End of the convoy, and we wait. Please don't let me be here. He can attack him, but Stefan can't attack back from that diagonal. That's why I put them on the diagonal. Now, if that guy moves, then we have a problem. Not that guy, but the main priest guy, Tomanami, or whatever his name is. I can never remember his name. Okay. Alright, now I just need to not mess this up. So these chests are all open. Kieran can come out. wait. Oscar's good. He can come out and we want to change his weapon to a lance. Shinon needs more healing, but we're gonna wait. And we're gonna bring Soth out as far as we can. This side, we've got Morim coming out. He could use healing as well, but we're gonna wait. Titania, bring her back again. Zahark is good. We're gonna bring him back again. And then we're gonna keep him just with the rest of this group here. So that leaves us with these guys. So, this is where things get tricky. So first, I gotta get rid of this magic user. And then I'm gonna use Stefan to get rid of this magic user. And let's look. 27. Okay. So only these two have spells. He needs healing desperately. So we're moving him down here. I don't think that guy moves. What's his movement? Oh, he can get to me anywhere, so it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm gonna put him here. No, I'm not. I'm gonna put him here. No, I'm not. I'm gonna put him across from the guy that doesn't have a weapon, and I'm just gonna heal him. Unequip. And heal. And hope that I didn't screw it up. Nothing's happening. It's my turn. And this is the boss. Schaefer is his name. Seriously? You killed Ike? Of all the people you could have killed, you killed Ike. What the heck? Wow. I think I've only ever seen Ike die maybe once in all the times I've ever played this game. Maybe a couple times. What's the most recent one? 720. 713. 713 it is. Alright. Now we're back. We're back to this again. Alright. I just have to deal with these guys again. So, I unequipped items. I equipped that. And I waited. He attacks from back here. Alright. Take items. Oh, he still doesn't have a sword equipped. Okay, so that's alright. So we're gonna shove Boyd between the two guys who don't have anything right now. He's gonna attack Stefan. Stefan has no weapon. And he missed, so that was extra good. He's gonna attack Stefan, and he missed. That's extra good. And now we wait. They reinforce. And Ike is no longer poisoned. Wow. Alright. I'm gonna move Ike down here. It's as far as I can put him. I'm gonna equip his silver sword. And use a vulnerary. Instead of going straight after that guy down there. This guy's left. Shove him out of the way. And he's gonna stay here. No, he's gonna come back. Items. Heal. Okay. So now, what can we do? Oh, that's right. We reinforced from over here. Let's bring him back down. And wait. I mean, he could fight, but... Gets him some XP, I guess. And he's poisoned, which I figured he would be. Let her come back and attack our Bagoo's enemy. Feral one. And I believe I was able to get him. Oh no, I can't. And we have these guys. Alright, so we open the chest. And we move him out. Okay. And he's gonna come out too. And he's gonna use a vulnerary. And let's see. He attacks him again. He's gonna go after Ike. He's gonna go after Ike. And that guy's gonna go after Ike. And he's gonna come after the guy. Okay, so he's healed. He can't come out all the way until that guy's gone, so we're gonna use her first. Only has 3 points, so 1 hit on that lance is okay. And then we can move her back out here with everybody heading towards everybody else. Maureen, same thing, heading towards everybody else. Sheenon will put up here. And I go ahead and heal him again. I unequipped his sword. Oh, that reminds me, I've got Stefan back here in the corner. This guy is armed, but being in the corner, he can't attack back. So we'll wait here. And then we have Oscar, who can now come out. And I'm going to leave his bow on for right now. Kieran. I'm going to wait. And then Soth. And we're going to wait. Who's next? And then we just have Ike left. So, Ike is going to move forward. And the guy who's most dangerous to him is this guy. Because the guy with the bow is, well, he'll move to attack Ike, but... And this is what I was talking about. I mean, he wouldn't have hit him anyway, but just in case he moved spaces. Zahark is safe. And so he switched sides. He went after Stefan. This guy's going after Stefan, which we knew he would. Magic user. He's got wind magic. Okay. And now it is our turn. So a couple things. So we've got him. And the mage went over to the other side. So I want to come here with Stefan. And I want to attack this guy here. Get rid of him. And then we've got Ike, who we're gonna take out this guy. Even if that the cleric, priest, whatever, attacks Ike, he's on the diagonal, so Ike won't be able to attack back. Now is where I screwed up the last time, so I'm gonna bring Zahark down. I'm gonna heal him. I have got Boyd. Boyd I'm gonna put here. Items. I'm gonna unequip his weapon just in case. And heal him. Shinan. Basically the same thing. He's gonna come over here. We're going to unequip the bow. And wait. Same thing. He moves up. Unequip. Wait. Rinse and repeat. Same thing, Titania. These guys won't attack her, but he might. So I want to make sure after that weapon broke. Yeah, that would be the worst weapon for her to have right now. So I'm just going to unequip her weapon because she doesn't really have to have one in that exact position she's in. Him, he's just going to sit here and heal again because he's still taking hits from poison. And Morim is still good. And we have to be careful with him as well because you can't unequip claws. At least I don't think you can. Never tried it actually. It says equip. Maybe I can unequip it. I don't know. My other thief, I'm just gonna have him wait here. And that leaves us with dear old Kieran, and he's gonna wait. And I'll let them have a go. Shinan might take some points. The Hark might take some points. Okay, so now it is back to my group. So he had a killer axe, and that's what took Ike out. Oh, excuse me, my goodness. Time for some coffee or something. I'm so close to being done with this battle, please don't screw it up. Alright. So he also has a killer bow. Good to note. Alright, so how do I want to do this? He's gonna stay out here, and I'm gonna use another vulnerary. Stefan's good. I'm gonna move him basically to the same place Ike is on the other side. There's a Hark. I don't know. Does he have more? He does. We've got Oscar. Oscar's fully healed. One place back. Shinon. No thing there. Just gonna wait. Boyd. We're gonna bring in, and we're gonna unequip his weapon. And wait. Titania. We're gonna go here. What does she have? She has her hand out. Nothing is equipped right now. That's okay. We're gonna wait. Maureen, can you get there without anybody causing problems? They can hit you, but you can't hit them back. Gonna be buying a lot of vulneraries after this is over. He's gonna wait. Hit him, unequip. And he's gonna wait. He's gonna wait. And then their turn. That was a horrible level up. Horrible. Why even bother? Okay. Couple more? No? No, we're good. Alright, so we got reinforcements coming from the back. Basically that just means that we need to move these guys that we were leaving behind. Just these two out of the way. As far as they can go. Item. Unequip. Does he need to heal? No. Item. Unequip. Wait. Let's see what kind of, because we got. Alright, so they can get to here. So my guys at the back are okay for right now. Ike. Let's do this. There's Titania, or here's Kieran. Wow, Titania missed. Okay. Get that guy out of the way. Void. Alright, Stefan. Got him. Nice. Good job. You didn't even have to use Ike for that. That's amazing. After the last time you got hit, killed. Killer bow goes to the convoy. And the battle is over. So we're going to do the wrap-up stuff. Thank you very much. I never imagined we'd be rescued by soldiers of an enemy nation. There's no way we'd cut down innocent priests being forced to fight against their wills. Father, we bear no ill will toward the kingdom of Dain itself. We would only to reclaim the homeland which was unjustly taken from us. That is the reason we fight. We had no desire to invade this land. If nothing else, please believe that. I beg your pardon. May I have the favor of your name? Elencia Rydell Crimea. I am the sole survivor of the Crimean royal family. Oh, you... Let us give thanks that you are alive and well. And please, I beg your understanding as well. There are many Danes who do not support the king's actions. I understand. My young general, this is for you. Huh? And as thanks for saving our lives, we got an Ashira staff. Hey! Now we look around. And she wants to join Ike searching. Ike, where are you? Rayson's in trouble. What? What is it? He's been like this from the moment he set foot in this room. He's just staring at the walls. Garbled writing everywhere. What is all this? Every wall has the same pattern on it. It's not a pattern, it's an ancient language. All chants and spells and magic scrolls are written thusly. Can you read it, Soren? Some, but not all. Spells are simple, whereas this is a complex narrative. I think Prince Rayson could read it. I bet this is the same language that Leon was speaking. Warbling. It is. It's the Serena's language. Their chants are all in this language, too. So Rayson is reading what's written on the walls? It appears that way. Shall we leave him be? There's a lot of writing here. This could take hours. I think that's a good idea. Ike! What is it? From what I could gather, I think a person was locked in this room sometime in the past. You don't know who it was, do you? I wasn't able to read enough of the writing, but I found this under the bed. Is this? I think it may have belonged to whomever was imprisoned in this room. Raysan says. I apologize. I took up much of your time. Raysan, you don't look so good. Why don't you rest for a bit? No, I'm fine. It's more important that we talk. About the owner of this feather? Was it in that room? Soren found it. Whose was it? Lilia, my older sister. The writing on the walls is hers. You have an older sister too? Will you tell us about it? She was kidnapped 20 years ago on the night of the Serena's massacre. I thought that Lily had been murdered along with my other brothers and sisters. I believed that until today. Who took her? The walls say only that he was a large human. She probably never knew who it was. He thrust a clan treasure at her and demanded that she use her magic to revive the thing sealed inside it. He exhorted her again and again, but to no avail. Lilia refused his request every time because she did not possess that power. Someone wanted to revive the dark god. Shortly after she was brought here, Lilia fell ill and collapsed. I'm not surprised. It was a terrible time. She was imprisoned in that tiny room with no view of earth or sky. Oh, that's awful. The mist is crying. Yes, I'm sorry. I just feel so sad for Lilia and for Raysan, too. I beg your pardon. Let me continue. A young Bjork began coming to the room to care for Lilia. She had bluish hair and blue eyes, and her heart was unusually pure for a Bjork. In time, Lilia and she came to be friends and shared a mutual trust. Lilia decided to entrust her hopes to the woman. They shared no common language, so it took some time. But eventually the Bjork woman understood what it was Lilia wanted. Want to become famous? Buy followers and viewers? No, thank you. I appreciate you coming on to say hi, but I don't care to be famous, and if people want to follow me, they can on their own. But thanks anyway. So the Bjork woman understood what it was Lilia wanted, which was to take the treasure and the song and flee this temple. Brother! Was there anything else written about this Bjork woman? A name, perhaps? And he garbles. Translated into our language, it was probably Elena. I knew it! Mother! It was our mother! What? Are you sure? Our mother's name was Elena. Like me, her hair was blue, as were her eyes. Raysan, the object you refer to as your clan treasure was an aged bronze medallion, wasn't it? How did you know that? The medallion became my mother's keepsake. The song, too. My parents both gave their lives to protect it. Ike, you and Miss are Elena's children? Then Leron's medallion is here? The medallion was stolen. Probably by Dan. It can't. This is unbelievable. Can such a thing like this be chance? To be honest, I don't fully understand all that's happened, but it all makes sense. If all comes together. Ah. And Mrs. singing, I don't know if you can hear it, it's very quiet. Mist. That's the song that... But the melody's a little different, isn't it? It's similar to the song Raysan and Leanne sang in the forest. My mother used to sing it as a lullaby. Raysan says, it is the song of release, the one Lilia entrusted to Elena. But I wore the medallion and sang that song almost every single night, and nothing ever happened. The magical effect of the song is awakened by the power of the singer. It can't be unleashed by just anyone. The true song of release can only be sung by a girl named Altina. Lilia wanted your mother to take the melody to Altina and return the medallion to its rightful place in Serena's forest. The story's becoming clearer and clearer. My father fled Dayan to protect my mother, who was carrying the amulet. Ike, how did you know? Volk told me. He told me about my father's past, and the amulet, and the dark god, too. So you know everything. King Ashnar took Lilia, didn't he? That would be the final piece of the puzzle. After all, the man who found my father was the king's henchman. Ike, are you saying you know who killed Commander Greel? You never said anything about that. We all thought his murderer was unknown. Why didn't you say anything? I don't know. I never felt like talking about it. He was a Dayan soldier, wasn't he? Who was it? Who was the man who killed Commander Greel? Ike, tell me. Can we discuss this later? Oh, yes, of course. Up to this point, we've all been fighting for the liberation of Crimea. Even if we now add to that stopping the Dark God from being released and punishing Commander Greel's killer, our enemy remains unchanged. King Dayan and his henchmen are the ones we must defeat. It's mysterious, isn't it? I mean, Raysan said the same thing earlier, but could all of this really be mere coincidence? The fall of Crimea, Ike's parents, the death of Raysan's sister, the fact that everything leads back to Dayan. If true, it changes the meaning behind this war. The treatment of Lilia is one thing, but the assassination of the former apostle? The framing and destruction of my nation? If it was all part of Dayan's plan to steal the medallion and the song, then the reason I fight and we get to the save screen. And since I've been playing this game a long time, I'm going to do what I haven't usually done. Since it's not giving me the lovely map summation screen, I'm just going to leave it right here. We'll pick up at this exact spot when we restart the next time I play this game. If you've been watching, I thank you, and I hope you have enjoyed the game. Have a good day. Bye.